Welcome to another Yoga with Zack practice. My name is Zack. So thankful that you're here joining us today. So I'm recording this in Wisconsin in February, but it's one of those brilliant days where the sun is really bright. There's barely any wind, and if you find that beautiful spot in the sun, it is truly warm enough to be practicing yoga outdoors in Wisconsin. So really psyched for that today. I've got the woods behind me. I've got snow, sunshine, all the things we need. So it's all about finding what you need in your moment, seeing what everything looks like, seeing what reality and truth is, and then embracing that, jumping in, and living it to its fullest. So I invite you to find a comfortable seated position. Maybe you're outside in the sun. Maybe you happen to live in a warmer tropical climate. Or maybe you've got a blanket around you and you're sitting by a warm fire someplace. But wherever you're at, I invite you to close your eyes. I invite you to deepen your breath and be truly present in this moment. You let go of worry. You let go of anxiety. And studies have proven that 99% of the things that we're worried about, that we're anxious about, never ever even come true. So what if we just, with our eyes closed, we just take a deep breath. And what do we know to be true right now? What is our truth? What is our current situation? We're in a space on our mat. We're warm. We're safe. We're taking the opportunity to love and care for ourselves so we can be there and love and care for others following our practice. Everything you truly need, you absolutely have in this moment you're in right now. So breathe in that truth. Everything that you need, you absolutely, without a doubt, have in this moment. You're breathing, you're living in, experiencing in right now. Just a few quiet moments of breath to let that truth, your truth, sink in. The eyes closed. Begin to roll the shoulders up, back, and down from the ears. Rolling them up, letting them drop, sink and fall. Complete release. And then shoulders drop, eyes open or closed. Inhale, arms sweep out wide, lift up tall to the sky, palms touch. Exhale, hands lower, heart center. Inhale, sweep out, lift up, reach up to the sky, palms touch. Exhale, hands lower, heart center, and then move through that a few more times on your own. Breath guiding the movement. And then inhale, lift up, reach the fingertips up a little bit more, pull your shoulders down, interlace your fingers, press the palms up towards the sky or your ceiling if you're practicing indoors. And even as we press those palms, we still pull the shoulders down the rib cage. Inhale, press the palms. Exhale, lean over towards the right, lengthening through the left side of the body. Remember to breathe. Remember to smile throughout your practice. Inhale, lift back up, big reach. Exhale, over towards the left. Keep your shoulders squared forward. Not leaning so far that we start dropping that elbow and shoulder. Keep the chest, heart open. And then inhale, lift back up. Release the fingers, reach them up to the sky. Then we're just going to drop a few times side to side with the breath. Exhale, right hand drops, left fingertips reach up and over, reaching through the side body. Inhale, lift up, left palm plants, right fingertips reach up and over the top. And then just a few times on your own, flow with that breath. Starting with that side body bending. We're going to get some twists after that with a little bit of flow as well. One more time each side. And then palms back together, lower to heart center. Round of deep breath right here. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Release the hands down, and then I invite you to switch the cross of your legs, other leg on top or in front. Whatever leg we have on top or in front, we're going to have a little bit more release through the glute, through that side hip of that leg that's on top or in front. So we just like to find that balance side to side. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down to reset. Inhale, arms sweep out, lift up, big reach to the sky. Left hand comes to right knee. Right hand plants behind us, long spine, looking forward, smiling. And then finding a twist, looking back over the right shoulder. Left shoulder drops. A little more length through that side of the neck. We're going to hold this twist a little longer. Sometimes we move through those twists. We really want the time and the breath to allow that spine to wring out, to release. Two more rounds of breath. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, twist. Coming out of that twist, back to center. Let's find the other side. Inhale, big reach, lift up through the fingertips. Right hand to left knee, left hand plants, look forward. Lengthen through the spine, drop the shoulders. And then find your twist, looking back over the left shoulder. Breath will deepen the twist naturally. Drop your right shoulder. Feel that length build all the way through the left side of the neck. Two more deep rounds of breath. Inhale. Exhale, twist a little deeper, looking over left shoulder. Inhale, breathe in. And exhale, twist. Releasing back to center. Bringing the soles of the feet into the mat. We're bringing the heels a little closer to the body. We're going to pull on the outside edges of the feet to drop the shoulders, to lengthen the spine. And then use your elbows to give a little bit of press. So it's not about how far we can get the knees down right now. For this part of the posture, we're looking for a long spine. And when we pull on those feet, the shoulders continue to release back and down. Maybe just a little bit of a press. Get a couple inches deeper. And then release. Inhale, lengthen through the crown. And now a little bit more rounding through the spine if we need to find that area where we get a little more press. Drop down. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, sink in. And then keeping that long spine, move your heels a little bit away from you. It's about maybe 6 inches from the midline of the body. Inhale, lift up. Interlace your fingers, bring them behind the head, and then bring the elbows out. Drop the elbows down an inch, and then try to press the knees down as well. Squeezing through the glutes, the outer edges of the legs. So we're opening up through the inside of the legs, we're opening up through the traps, through the shoulders. And we're breathing. One more round of breath. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pull the elbows down, press the knees down. And then release that hand out to the side, chest expansion. And then snake the hands, palms up underneath the legs, move the heels another few inches away from the body. And then let the head drop. Spine rounds. Finding a little bit of sway side to side. And then just stillness, 3 rounds of breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Breathe in. And out. Slowly roll up, one vertebrae at a time. That might have only been 2, not 3. Just checking to make sure you're paying attention. Let's swing the hands around to the top of the mat. Legs come back behind us, all fours, hands and knees. I'm kind of in a fun little angle, a slant here today. So if I lose my balance, fall down, please no judgment. Never any judgment in our yoga classes or our practice in general. Palms spread wide, fingers grip into the mat. Deep inhale, neutral spine. Exhale, cat. Shin drops down to the chest. Head falls heavy. Middle vertebrae pulls up to the sky. Inhale, cow. Chest opens up towards the mat. Slight gaze forward and up. Exhale, cat. And inhale, cow. Continue to move with your breath. Cat, cow flow. Times through that movement. Another benefit of having a black yoga mat when you're outside in the sun, especially when the temperatures are a little cooler, heats up nicely. It's that nice, warm, solid foundation. If you're practicing when it's 95 out, it's going to get a little hot. Gotta put your water down on it now and then just to cool it off. One more time, cat and cow. Then back to neutral spine. Walk the hands a hand space step forward. Step the feet back to plank. And we hold a strong plank, core engaged. Squeeze through the glutes and just lift the hips up maybe a ½ inch. Keep that soft gaze looking down in between the hands. Two more rounds of breath, 2 times for real. Breathe in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, hips lift back and up, down dog. Maybe walk that out a few times, left and right. Make sure that mat's nice and clean, no slipping. I think with my mat being a little cold, a little dry, a little bit of slippage there. But that's where we're grounding even more firmly. Through the hands, we root the toes in. We let the heels fall back. If you lock in firmly, starting from the core, and you move through the hands, through the feet, type of mat doesn't really matter. It's all about you using your musculature to ground into the earth, being strong and then building up, pulling strength, power from that earth. From here, we begin to float forward. Step the right foot in between the hands. Slow runner's lunge. Press back through the left heel. Find that firm press. And then inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. Biceps, triceps strong and engaged, reaching up and then pulling down through the shoulders, down the rib cage. Inhale, lift. Exhale, chest expansion. Back of the hands trying to come together, chest, heart shining forward. If we'd like to go a little further, interlacing those fingers behind us, bringing the heels of the hands together, pulling back through the knuckles, and then maybe even glancing up at your ceiling or a beautiful blue sky. If we had that grip, release, inhale, lift up. Exhale, float the hands down. We're going to plant the left hand to the earth, and then the right fingertips are going to come up to the sky. One long line, left wrist through right fingertips. Right hand floats back. Right foot steps back, plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra through up dog. Toes flip, hips lift back and up, down dog. Begin to float forward, left foot steps forward between the palms. Slow runner's lunge, hold here. Press back through the right heel. Strong core, long diagonal line. Inhale, lift up, crescent lunge, second side. Trying to find max length through that back leg, so really press through that heel. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, chest expansion. Chest, heart shining forward. If we interlace the fingers before, this time opposite thumb on top. We call that our awkward grip. Our brain likes to go to one side with the cross. Whether we're interlacing our fingers, we're crossing our legs. Try to challenge the brain, finding that opposite, something that might feel a little awkward. It's so good for us to get out of our comfort zone and be truly in that moment we're given. We interlace, release, inhale, lift up. Exhale, hands float down. Right hand plants. Left fingertips reach up to the sky in a beautiful twist. One long line, right wrist through left fingertips. We can always drop that bottom knee. If we need that modification, listen to your body. Just you and your mat. This moment we've been given. Left hand floats back. Left foot steps back to plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Cobra through up dog. Toes flip, down dog. 2 rounds of deep breath in down dog. Inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. Breathe in. And out. Hips climbing back and up. And then walk the feet forward to the top of the mat. Body hangs heavy. Forward fold. Walking out left and right through the hips, the knees. Give the wrists a roll in one direction and the other. Wiggle those fingers. Move the arms. Just make your whole upper body heavy. Hands come to the shins, below the knees. Inhale, flat back half lift. Exhale, lower down, reverse swan dive, sweep out, lift up, big reach to the sky. Exhale, chair pose. Weight falls back into the hips and the heels. So make sure we've got about 2 fists width distance between the feet. We were designed, our hips, our legs might be a little different, but that's a good rule of thumb, and then go from there from comfort. Two more rounds of breath. We'll stick with that too. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Hands to shins, half lift. Exhale, lower, reverse swan dive, sweep out, lift up. We're gonna take another chair, but if you'd like, we can find a balancing chair, lifting up off of the heels, high into the toes. And then we'll drop the hips back. So really trying to get more up on that big and second toe even. This is just an option. Feel free to stay with feet fully planted on the earth. A little longer spine here. A little shake. Muscles building strength. Inhale, lift back up, heels drop, swan dive, forward fold. Hands to shins, half lift. Exhale, lower down, reverse swan dive, sweep out, lift up, big reach. And then hands come to our side, mountain pose. We're gonna take one more round of chair pose. So we can find either of those first 2 modifications, the original chair, the balancing, or we can find a dropped chair position, which will allow us to, if we're doing that, we're going to lift it just a couple inches off of the heels. Knees are going to pinch together. That's going to help protect the knees as we go down. We'll reach forward, and then we'll slowly work our way down, going as far as it works for us, but for all the way down, our hips are going to float right above the heels. Those heels are lifted, arms engaged. Find a little more length through the upper body. Knees slightly tilted forward. So as I said before, please do not come here if you have any issues with your knees, your hips. Find a chair that works for you. 2 more rounds of breath. Key though, for down, we need to squeeze those knees together, especially on the way up and the way down. Let's lift back up. Eventually, knees separate, heels drop, arms at our side, mountain pose. So from here, we're going to take a big, wide step on our mat. So feet to the outer edges. Long spine, shoulders roll up, back, and down a few times. And then to start with, turn the right toes out. Left heel back, down to the earth, outer edge of the foot. And we're going to sink into our warrior 2. So find a little bounce to begin with. Right knee out, left hip back. Fingers reaching forward and back. Deep inhale in warrior 2. Exhale, supported side angle with reach. Left fingertips reaching, bicep along the ear, maybe even looking past. The left elbow, left shoulder to the sky. We can always go a little further, dropping down, fingertips to our mat. That arm can also just point straight up to the sky, or maybe we just rest it on our left hip for today. Inhale back to warrior 2, turn the right toes back in. Exhale, forward fold. So stop, maybe in that center spot, long spine. Then we're trying to keep a long spine here, so maybe we grab the back of the hamstrings, the calves, the toes. We're trying to pull the forehead to the earth, our chest right through the thighs. So we're not worried about rounding out right here. We're lifting the hips back and up. We're pulling through with all of our strength, with our might. Nothing like picking up a little tan. February, Wisconsin. Beautiful. This head right here, this is a solar panel for vitamin D. It's a good reminder in the winter. Make sure you get outside a little bit on a day like this when you can expose a little bit of skin, maybe your arms, your legs, for even 15 minutes. Vitamin D is so vital to our mental health. All right, inhale, lift up. Turn your left toes out this time and sink into warrior 2 on the second side. Left knee out, right hip back. Zip that pocket up. Sinking and dropping. Move with that breath. Release with the exhale. Deep inhale. Exhale. Side angle supported. Or we can drop down and find that full. For in the full, you're going to use your elbow to press inside of leg and knee, opening up the hip. Got a little bit of a breeze here now in my location, but still really, really nice. Two more rounds of breath. Inhale. And exhale. Breathe in. And out. Inhale, rise back up, turn the feet back, forward. And then heel toe, walk the feet in. So we're just a little bit wider in the hips width distance. Toes pointing out. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. And then begin to round down. Let the body hang heavy. We're going to come into a yoga squat. So it's going to look very different depending on where we're at. Their flexibility, our range of motion. So those toes slightly pointed out, feet a little wider and hips width distance. Just start by dropping your hips down. Drop your seat. If you can keep your heels rooted to the mat, then I invite you to drop down a little lower. Come down into that yoga squat. But the second we're struggling to keep those heels down and we start rolling forward, putting undue pressure on the knees. So if that's you, just lift up a little bit. With time, you'll get deeper into this yoga squat. We can have a little shift side to side. We can use our elbows to open up the knees and hips. Option to challenge ourselves as we're backing down. Reach forward through the fingertips and find that balance. Maybe even a slight chest expansion. Try not to fall back on the butt. Palms come back down. We extend back long through the legs. We're going to heel toe walk the feet out. We're going to lift back up. And then we're just going to come side to side for a little bit of movement. You can put your hands on your hips. We're trying to open up the SI joint here. Wide-legged stance. Movement side to side. As we move, just don't fall too far forward. Really press the hips back. Think of that down dog position. And then work through that side to side. Lifting back up. And then I invite you to come back to the top of your mat for a few rounds of sun salutations before we take our final rest. Inhale, lift up. Swan dive, forward fold. Hands to shins, half lift. Exhale, lower down. Hands down, feet back to plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Cobra through up dog. Toes flip down dog. The first couple will move together with our breath. Foot forward, other foot joins. Half lift. Lower down, reverse swan dive. Let's take a back bend at the top. Hips press forward, body falls back. Inhale, lift, swan dive. Half lift. And lower, feet back to plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Cobra, up dog, toes flip, down dog. And then move a few times on your own. If you'd like to take a longer rest, you can always come to child's pose after another round. If you'd like a few more, make sure you find that. As we move and breathe, typically exhaling as we sink, drop, and lower. Inhale as we lengthen and rise. Finish up another round or two, and then we'll all meet in child's pose. Find your child's pose. Forehead to the earth. Hips fall back towards the heels. Knees can be wide, knees can touch. Everyone has a part of this posture just works for them. You can also bring, if your knees are together, arms alongside the body, palms up, and then let the shoulders just round around the knees. It's a great way to open up the upper back as well. Few more rounds of breath here. And then let's bring ourselves back up, cross the legs, and then make your way down to your back. Turn and face that beautiful sunshine where I'm at right now. And close your eyes, deepen your breath. Let the body completely go. The head, the face, the neck, shoulders relax. A wave of relaxation down through the arms, through the fingertips. And then starting back at the neck, rolling down the spine like a wave. Vertebra by vertebra, relaxing, melting to the mat. We get through the hips, the glutes, and they relax. Front and back side of legs, feel them completely let go. Like jelly. Knees, calves and shins, Achilles, ankles, relax. Soles of the feet, and every knuckle of each toe. Each toe a little wiggle. And the body is relaxed, it's still, it's calm. And we come back to the moment we're given, and in that moment, we come back to what we know to be true. That in this moment we have everything we need. We're safe, we're secure, we're grounded, we're comforted. We have peace when we realize what the truth is. Our worries, our anxieties, just figments of our imagination mostly. It's things we build up, it's things we replay. Push pause on that active mind. Take a deep breath and see what is truth. Give you a few moments here just to breathe and soak in this beautiful, glorious moment that you've been blessed with today. I invite you to slowly deepen your breath. Rise and fall of the belly with that breath, inviting just a little bit of movement through the fingers, the toes. And you're back today, just for today. Maybe begin to open your eyes and just blink and look up at your ceiling or your sky if you're outside. Bringing you back to what this moment truly is. To that truth, and know that you're perfectly cared for and have everything you need in this moment. I invite you to roll over gently to one side, taking a few rounds of breath there. And then come back up to seated. Once we're in seated, give the shoulders a few rolls. Then we're just going to give the spine a couple twists. Hand on knee, hand behind. Just giving some life, some movement back to that spine. And then come back to center. Hands come to heart center where we close. The light, the love, the joy in me, respect, honor, acknowledge the light, love, and joy in all of you. Namaste. Thank you very much for joining us for this yoga with Zack practice. It's pretty nice out here, so after I log off, I think I'm going to take maybe a little WWS. That would be a winter Wisconsin siesta. So until next time, my name is Zach. Have a fantastic day. Stay in the moment. Find out what's really true and then embrace that instead of your worries and your anxieties. We'll see you soon.